Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's going on right now? See my pimple still on my face. I feel like since I don't really shave like I used to, it I'm sort of starting to grow bumps on my face. But I'm gonna take better care of my skin when I shower. But work was rather interesting today. I wasn't in my spot that I'm accustomed to. So I want to tell you something that happened at work today. It's always going to be a story from me, and I don't want to get too personal, but I had a response from a government, let's just say a government agency that gave me a response that I needed very urgently. Well, they answered my question, and I'm going to call someone else so I could sort of explain what it is I'm so worried about as of late. But back to work, because I'm about to eat my lunch after this, my real lunch from Publix. So they put me in this spot today where I work with this guy from India. A lot of people at my job, the demographics are like this. I'll say the majority is it's a tie between black and Hispanic. There's like a smattering of white people, smattering of Indians, Asians, but it's mostly black and Hispanic. Now, the higher above, like the supervisors, about three are white, two black, and one Indian. Of course, because you want to communicate with the people effectively. They need someone to translate. Like every job, I feel like they do that. When you work for white people, they'll have and I didn't mean that in a bad way, but they'll have it where everybody can sort of understand one another, and they'll have like a higher up be like the interpreter for those people. Well, they put me in this spot with this dude, and we didn't get off on a good foot one time. Now, here's the thing: I'm not talking crap, but culturally speaking, a lot of Asians don't come off as a threat because a lot of them adhere to, nonviolence. A lot of them are pacifists. A lot of them don't eat meat. A lot of them adhere to certain things that are against violence, against killing, against being like everything that's in the black community. They're sort of like contrary to. So you know, um, he gave me like an angry look on my face one time when I was working near him, and I was working. I was passing him. I was passing like the most of him really too. I was passing him too fast, so he made like an angry face at me, and I sort of just laughed it off. Like he's no real threat to me. But this time, I'm working with him, and he put me in this spot where literally when you're trying to print out like the label, like the tag for the label, it doesn't print. You have to line it up in a way where it takes forever just to print it. So I finally got the hang of that. He was no help at all because I was just like, man, I'm stuck here with this guy. He speaks no English. We don't really care for one another. I just waited until the supervisor came back. I just said, I'm having trouble with this, and then she was telling me, this is how you do it. And it was just, and every time he came over, he used the computer. Like they have like a computer, and it's like a little smart board on top. Every time he used it, I couldn't scan my stuff. So now I was just like, dude, like wait till I'm done, because I didn't know. Eventually, she told me I have to click on the bar where it says quantity to go back on my page. I didn't know that because I'm not really a tech guy, but there was no communication between me and him, and any misunderstanding we had, it couldn't be clarified because, like I said, he doesn't speak English. But I want to just tell you, and this is what I was thinking the whole day, because there are no phones allowed at my job, no entertainment. Only entertainment you can have is just your thoughts in your head. So that's why I try to work somewhere where it's fast paced, so I could just think about something good. Because when you work in a slow pace setting and you can't have a phone out, it's more boring. It's like being in a hole in prison. Even though I've never been locked up as an adult, it's it's like being in a hole in prison. So I like fast paced environments, but I was just telling myself that I know y'all see. I know y'all notice. I have a lot of different opinions on things, but I just told myself I could not thrive in a non-white country, and let me tell you why I couldn't thrive in a non-white country. Because, and I'm not really justifying this, but the perception they have of Black Americans when other non-white people come here isn't good, because they set up businesses in our communities, our so-called Black communities. They set up businesses. They set up, bullshit. Well, I didn't mean to curse. I haven't cursed in a long time, but they set up. I may edit that out. They set up, stores, and they sell you inferior goods. They sell you a lot of stuff that your own people should have pot control of selling, and they don't really get the good in our community. I mean, they get the people on welfare, people in gangs, people with a bunch of kids with no father. That's their perception of us. So I was just telling myself, if I were to go to his country, I wouldn't thrive very much because they already have a negative perception of me. And just being a Black American, there is not much of a relationship with East Asian, countries. There's not much of one. If I was African, and you could tell when someone's African by their features, maybe I would have a different chance. I would have more of a better chance, like connecting, because I mean, some of them adhere to the same religion, and they're Africans are not the same culturally as Black Americans, and we all have Africans are not mixed like Black Americans, or a lot of Black Americans come from like different backgrounds. Some are half white, some are half Black, Native American. So, but I was telling myself though, I sort of complain. I don't want to say I complain, but all the stuff I see on this channel about what I've experienced from white people, it would be a lot worse anywhere else if I were to think about it. Like if I were to go to like China and try to set up a life there, I don't think I will be able to complain about the Chinese government or the people not hiring me at a job. I don't think they would want to really hear that. They would really, honestly, in my opinion, be a lot worse because they don't have that white guilt. When's the last time you heard someone from Asia, an Asian country, talk about reparations? Never, because they don't. They look at it like, and I don't blame them, but they look at it like people that come here from their countries, they come here with nothing, and they work hard, and they try to make something of themselves, and they look at us as we complain about something we complain about a tragedy that happened over 400 years ago, and they just say how we don't really work. We just complain. We feel like the country and people owe us everything. And some things I agree with, but it's like I don't think, no matter how much I would try to kiss up to their behind, how much I would try to kiss up to them, they would not accept me as one of their own. I think I would have a harder time in another country. And this is funnier too. One of the supervisors that was Indian, I even asked her, "Can what's wrong?" Like I didn't know. I asked her, "Can I get moved to another section?" Because I just said it's really frustrating here. And then she asked me. She just said, "Can you ask?" I'm not gonna say the lady's name, but she asked me, "Can you ask the other supervisor?" And I just said, "I don't want to keep bothering her." But I remember she said, "I don't know." When it came to me asking her another question, and I was just telling myself, she's really just there for them, not really me. But that was what happened today. I just had it in with that dude. It was really no beef, because you don't feel no kind of way when someone's angry when you can't understand them and they weigh like 107 pounds soaking wet. So that was that. But I'll take back some of the things I said, like my experiences in other states, discrimination and prejudgments of me. That's not nothing compared to what I would experience anywhere else. Because like I said, other countries that are non-white don't have white guilt. like white people do.